Good evening and welcome to Estuary TV News. I'm Emma Lingard. On tonight's show, we find out how communities are being encouraged to help those with dementia. And the studio guest tonight is Nicky Moody, whose son Callum took his own life after being bullied via social media. But first, it's over to Richard Morris for the news.
Hello, in the headlines today, workplace stress is affecting nearly half of workers in Yorkshire and the Humber, and a new school has been opened in Grimsby. Police are appealing for information following the death of a man on the A63 westbound. Police were called at 8:30 yesterday morning after hearing reports that a man had come off the bridge. The man, believed to be in his late 40s, died at the scene. At the moment, it is not understood how the man came off the bridge and an investigation is underway. Anyone with information is urged to contact Humberside Police. Workplace stress is being compounded by unsupportive managers. That's according to Mind, the mental health charity, and its latest findings from surveys across Yorkshire and the Humber say that nearly half of those surveyed find work very or fairly stressful. This means that workplace stress is more prevalent than financial, health or relationship worries. We spoke to Tom Pollard, who's the Policy and Campaigns Manager for the charity.
So this research shows that a huge number of people are finding work to be a major source of stress in their life. So almost half of people we surveyed in Yorkshire and Humber said that they found work to be very or fairly stressful. And even more worryingly, staff don't feel supported to cope with workplace stress and don't feel able to seek help when they are stressed. So most people said it was factors such as too great a workload, not feeling well supported by their line manager, feeling they were put under a lot of pressure at work.
A new buffet service provided by the charity Care for All was launched in Grimsby yesterday. The service is unique as it employs people with disabilities in all aspects of its operation. The service is also run for disabled people and care homes around the local area. It's part of an initiative which aims to put disabled people in work. Sean Brown, a manager at Care for All, explained how disabled people provide a contribution to the buffet company.
Dean, who was one of the chaps there today talking, he'd barely speak when he came to us because his confidence was so low. Nobody would employ him, nobody would give him a chance, and we're able to give him a chance, build his confidence. And it just means the world to people to be working. The health's better, and overall it saves money for the NHS, less, because people are working. But we, in Careful Enterprises, we give people a chance. We take people and look at what people can do rather than what people can't do. And because of that, and we're able to do that, we're able to generate some business and income and employ people with disabilities.
A man has been charged in Hull after being spotted on a stolen bicycle. The 19-year-old was arrested on Langtoft Grove by undercover officers working in the area on Tuesday afternoon. He was seen by officers before he left the bicycle and ran off. He was later found hiding in a back garden on the street. It's since been discovered that the bike was stolen during a burglary in Cottingham. Now, some people associate the coming of Christmas with the appearance of presents in the shops, the weather getting colder, or the appearance of festive adverts on TV channels. For some people, though, the appearance of a particular vehicle in places around the country means the holidays are here. Coca-Cola has officially unveiled their visiting locations for the Coca-Cola truck, which gives out free beverages. And this year they've confirmed to us that it will visit Grimsby's Fresh New Place shopping centre on the 11th of December between 1 and 9 p.m. A new multi-million-pound art school was officially opened in the Grimsby Institute last night. The new school was opened by Lady Frances Sorrell, founder of the Sorrell Foundation and National Art and Design Saturday Club, who redesigned the BBC logos back in the 1980s. She has worked and championed art in Grimsby in the past. Lady Sorrell and the Sorrell Foundation's director, Sorrell Heschmerg, spoke at their delight at opening the new centre.
I think it's a fantastic achievement for everybody involved. I think it's wonderful for Grimsby. But we've been working with Grimsby College of Art for 4 years now, and we've been terribly impressed with the commitment they show and the talent in the young people. So we're very, very privileged to be here.
It's just so exciting to see what an institute like Grimsby can achieve, even in the short time that we've known them, just how much they've done for their students, what their students have gone on to do. There's so many people who have come through Grimsby Institute and gone on to study at Central St Martin's or other universities around the country.
If you have any news for us in the meantime, then don't hesitate to contact us on Grimsby 01472 3155553. Bye for now.
Now, as healthcare improves and many of us are living longer, more complex health problems are emerging. One of these is dementia, and with the number of people with dementia expected to increase by 2025, it's a problem local communities are being asked to help manage, as Dave Nunn found out.
As we all live longer and the proportion of elderly people in the population increases, dementia is set to become a more prevalent issue. This is a reason why a national push has begun to craft more dementia-friendly communities.
The idea behind dementia-friendly communities is that venues become more dementia-friendly, that people, members of the public, have a broader knowledge of dementia. So going beyond the health and social care landscape, so businesses such as solicitors or gyms, health clubs, those type of organisations, to enable people with dementia to feel integrated in part of their communities.
She's pushing the Dementia Friends initiative, an initiative by which people in the community, ranging from bus drivers to next door neighbours, are being offered help and training to help spot signs of dementia or help people with advanced dementia.
When we look at sort of the way that the prevalence figures are going, dementia isn't going anywhere, it's going to increase. So the figure is that 1 in 14 people over the age of 65 will have a diagnosis of dementia. So if you don't have a diagnosis, it's very likely that you'll know someone who does.
As the prevalence of dementia increases, people like Emily believe it's important that we lay the foundations of a dementia-friendly society now, rather than doing it down the line.
I think it's predicted 2 million people with dementia will be diagnosed by 2051, but that's of course if we were to press stop now and do nothing. So there are some sort of lifestyle choices that people can make, such as with vascular dementia that's closely linked to stroke, so there's some lifestyle education we can do.
And our area is one that will continue to be changed into a more dementia-friendly community. Estuary TV News.
Callum Moody Chapman was 17 when he walked into the sea and took his own life after being sent abusive messages via Facebook in December 2013. For Callum's family, it's been hard to come to terms with the loss. His mother, Nikki, talked to James Dunn earlier about life without her son.
Nikki, thank you very much for coming in today. I mean, first of all, I should start off by saying I'm sorry to hear what happened to your son. Please tell us what happened to Callum.
Callum decided that life had got too much with the cyberbullying. I can only assume that it was because the threats had been made to him and also to his dad and his brother. And he decided to enter the water and take his own life.
And he essentially
drowned.
Walked into the sea December last year.
Yeah.
And it was actually an inquest heard that cyberbullying did have an impact on.
Yeah,
so it's not you just speculating.
No, that came back through the coroner's inquest that it was beyond unreasonable doubt that had a large impact.
Now, it's particularly relevant at the moment with changes in the law that have recently come in, and that's so that trolls can get, and just to clarify, that's people who do leave internet abuse, can get up to 2 years in prison. Can you tell me what you think of that?
I think it's good for anybody over 18 that maybe they realise stop, but it's no good for the under 18s, the people who seem to be the trolls at the moment. They seem to be sort of 14 to 18 and there's no law that exists to give them a punishment that fits the crime.
And that will still be the case, but this won't apply to people under the age of 18. Now, the lad that did the cyberbullying, his name was
Ryan
Jennings, and he was recently outed in a national newspaper. Do you know what happened to him? Do you know whether he was punished in any way?
He got an 8-month referral order, which meant he had to see a member of the youth offending team once a fortnight for anger management, and after the 8 months he gets to live his life as normal.
And how does that make you feel?
Angry and bitter and upset.
Because this is something that you know, obviously has affected you deeply.
Massively, yeah. You know, I have night terrors. Wake up in the night, petrified. I've had panic attacks, anxiety. You know, I'm on different medications just to get through the day.
And this is through water, isn't it? You have water makes you very anxious now.
I've, you know, brought up water skiing, swimming, jet skiing. I've never had a fear of water. Loved water. But a few months ago, I was laid in the bath and realised I don't like water anymore. It makes me panic. You know, just washing my hair, if I lay in the water, it makes me panic. It's really changed my life.
And your entire family, this has left a huge impact on
the
your
whole
entire
family, extended family, step-parents, step-children have all been affected. My mum and dad, they've held it together so well for us. I couldn't have asked for, you know, better parents. And my sister, they've been there for me through the toughest time I will ever have in my life. Nothing can compare to what's going on now.
And obviously it's been extremely difficult. He would have been
He was
18.
18 yesterday. Yeah, it was a sad day because his dad's family live up in Cumbria, so they had celebrations over there. We had celebrations down here, so it's an emotional time.
And can I just ask you, I mean, I know this might be a difficult question, but this lad who sent some pretty awful threats to your son, that is awful, but could he really have been expected to know what Callum might have done?
Nobody was expecting what Callum did to do, you know, for him to have done that. You hope that no child sitting behind a computer screen ever thinks, oh, I'm going to do this and hopefully he'll kill himself. You would hope that no human being would feel like that. But I think maybe if he looked back over what he'd sent, you know, maybe he would think, maybe I did push it a little bit too far, maybe the threats were, and especially because Callum never retaliated once. He never sent any messages of threat, violence or anything.
And can children, young people of that age, be expected to make the connection between what they send over the internet and that might happen in reality?
I think there needs to be more awareness that these children have to know what they're doing. At 14, you become a member of a bigger society when you enter into Facebook, MySpace, you know, all the social media. Maybe there needs to be more put in place, you know, advice for education and advice for the children. They're all given computers in schools. They're all, you know, tech savvy. So why not have more support for these children? Not only the people that are doing it, but also for the victims.
And you think also the law does need updating?
It does. From it's early 1980s that the Malicious Communication Act was invented. When there was no computers, no mobile phones, no Facebook, how can the Malicious Communications Act stand up today in court when it was more or less a telephone call or a letter? It's so out of date. It needs something, you know, pushing forward to have it changed.
And you will be campaigning?
Hopefully, yeah. I would like to, you know, I've had some people message me, email me, Cyber Smiles, Beat the Bully, national papers are all interested in, you know, trying to get more done. I'm just not in the right place at the moment to be able to put myself in that position, but there will come a time when I will do it for Callum.
I'm sure it's been a very difficult time.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in. It's very brave.
Thank you.
Hopefully people will hear your story and maybe it will help young people
so.
realise the effect that it could have, and we'll see more done about this in the future.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, that's all tonight. Contact us the usual ways. Email news@estuary.tv or contact us via picking up the phone, Grimsby 315 561. Goodbye.